So this is just kind of a review and update on the shoes I've been wearing for skateboarding. Um, when I first got back into skateboarding, I was just using whatever I had, but went on Facebook Marketplace and I got three pairs of shoes. I got a set of Nike SBs that were actually built very similar to these Vans. And then I got two pairs of these classic style Vans. And that's what I went with for a little while. One of the pairs of Vans, I'll show you. I'll be right back. Okay, I wasn't very fond of them just because of the pattern and everything with the roses and the checkers together. And I needed something I could just slip on easily to walk the dog. These are my dog walking shoes now. So away they went. These, I actually stopped wearing them for a little while because early on I was at the skate park and I got a heel bruise wearing these, and I just could not wear them for a while. Now later on, I put some shoe goo on them and started skating them again. I've shoe gooed them several times, especially after I started some serious ollie practice. I still wear them a good bit, mainly whenever I'm doing a cruiser skate, because they really don't have that good of support. What I prefer is a cup sole shoe. Now, I had a pair of No Boundaries. They were built very similar to these Airwalks that I got from Walmart, except they were all canvas. They were actually quite good. I actually wore the soles out to the point where they were very thin. They were about to break through. And something you need to know about me as far as skating goes is I don't do a lot of ollies or kick flips or any of that stuff yet. I'm still working my way up to that. I am practicing ollies these days. I can actually practice ollies and still be able to walk the next day. So, yeah, I'm not going to be wearing the uppers of these shoes out. And even if it does start, I'm going to shoe goo them. So, anyways, I wore out a set of Nike SBs, and I also wore out the No Boundaries shoes. Something that irritated me about the No Boundaries shoes was that they didn't actually fit. They were actually large on my feet, even though, I mean, I've been buying size 10 for years and hadn't had a problem. But they ended up fitting more like a pair of 11s. And that actually bothered me quite a bit. I wore them out anyways because I'm sorry, I'm on a fixed income on a low budget, so I have to use what I have to use. That's why I bought shoes from Walmart. And there's been a number of reviews of Walmart skate shoes, and they're actually not bad, especially if you're rough on your shoes and you just want something you can tear up. They're really not bad at all. Now, like these Airwalks, I don't believe that these are gum rubber soles. Especially on the rack, they feel a lot harder. They feel like, they're cheap plastic shoes. But it does, once it's worn in, it's very grippy. So I'm not too worried about that. I had Airwalks back in the day. They were a much different shoe back then. They were actually built for skating. These are built to look good. That's about it. I don't think they could really handle a hard skater for very long. And they're not it's not a company owned by skaters. They don't care about skaters. All they care about is the name and the, you know, the fashion or whatever. So that is what it is. I loved my Airwalks back in the days. You know, I had two pairs of them, and they were wonderful. These are great. They fit pretty decently. Now the toe box area has stretched a little bit, so it's not. It fits slightly loose, at least up front, on the front part of my feet. It fits really well in the back. However, my feet have moved enough that, as you can see, this part of it, I can't really get the light to be able to help you see that, but it's torn out right here. I've actually got a laminated business card that I have shoe glued in place so that the torn part in the back doesn't rub on my heel so bad. So I'm a little bit upset about that, but otherwise these work pretty good. I'm actually considering buying another pair of them just because of the budget that I have. And I've had them, I don't know, probably about 6 months. Same with these Nike SBs. I think I've actually had these longer, but I've also kind of kept them nicer. I've not skated them as much. These Nike SBs are wonderful. I got these at the outlet mall in Santa Rosa Beach. It's actually considered Destin, but that's where I got them. I got them, I think, about $36. And they have been wonderful. They fit my foot. They have not stretched any. My feet don't move inside of them. They grip well. They give my feet support without being too, you know, what do you say? Being too hot on my feet. I've always had a problem with feet that sweat really bad, which is why I won't do high tops anymore, especially in this Florida heat. That's the reason why I tend towards canvas shoes. Back in the day, I did the Converse Chucks all the time, and I would just shoe glue them because of the ollie patches, where they would get tore up. I can't do that anymore. I'm probably 100 pounds heavier than I was back then, and Chucks have only marginally gotten better since that time. So I'm not going to even try cut Chucks. I need a good cup sole shoe for my weight, to give me a little bit of support. But I'm going to use low tops so my feet can breathe a little bit, and they're not going to be fully leather. They're going to have some canvas in them, and that's it. You know, I still skate these a lot, and they look pretty they look pretty good. The one side is starting to get a little thin, but these are nice and grippy. So those are my shoes. All right. So for you old guys, you're probably going to need something like this. If your feet don't sweat that much, you may want some high tops. Just to give you that little bit of extra support, because you're heavier. You probably fall more. You need more protection for your feet, and I'm telling you what, a heel bruise is no fun at all. It is really not fun. If you want to use insoles, I would highly recommend it. I don't have special insoles in these, but I would like to someday. I know I had insoles for my No Boundaries, because the inside's just what they had in there just tore up and wore out in a hurry. So I had put some Dr. Scholl's insoles in there, some memory foam. Gel was great, but it's heavy. It's really heavy. So I don't do gel anymore. Memory foam is where it's at. So I would like to try, like, one of these days, one of the Old Bones Therapy or one of the Skater branded insoles, but you know, budget. So one of these days. I do like the insoles that are in the Airwalks. They're actually halfway decent, and they're not wearing out very easily. The Nike SB ones are great. My last pair of Nike SBs, I took the insoles out of them and kept them for other uses. In fact, they are in these right now for my dog walking shoes. That's my old Nike SB insoles. So that's how much I like them. All right, well, get outside today. Walk, skate, do something. Chill out. God bless you, and peace out.